Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV here with Oana. Okay, so we're having this trend in Las Vegas with appraisals that we had back in 2004 and 5, where appraisals aren't matching what's negotiated on the purchase price.
Right.
So tell them about the strategy, what they should be thinking, and how they should view an appraisal when they're out there making offers and it doesn't appraise. Like what kind of in things in practice that you know.
Okay. So look, an appraisal is an opinion of value that looks at the historical of that property.
Okay.
So an appraisal looks back. They look back at sales and last usually 90 days. They'll go back up to 180 days if they have to.
So they're saying this is what the property would have been worth if it had been sold 4 months ago, maybe.
Right. Now, an appraiser will give some minimal amount of appreciation in a market that is quickly appreciating, but they will not give generally an opinion of value that really is keeping up with the market, because appraisals are very conservative.
Okay.
Remember who they work for. They work for the lender, and the lender's trying to mitigate their risk.
Okay.
Okay? As opposed to a seller or a broker price opinion, which is what a broker like me provides, where it's my job to value a property 90 to 100 days out. When a seller says, hey, I want you to tell me what the value of this property is, they don't mean what's the value of this property today or 3 months ago. They mean what is the value of this property over the next 90 to 120 days, which is the typical marketing time. Okay? So keeping that in mind, I look at what properties have done, what they're trending going forward, and a lot of that comes from my experience of what buyers are willing to pay for a property. So it's a lot more than just past value, it's future value. And that future value is calculated in that list price and in what that seller is willing to accept. Okay? Now, when an appraisal comes in and it comes in below that purchase price, in our current market where we have a lot of scarcity and we have a lot of demand, then what sellers are saying is, they're saying, look, here are your options. Either you come up with cash to meet the difference between appraised value and purchase price, or thank you very much for playing, we'll put the house back on the market and we'll sell it to someone else.
Now when you say pay the difference in cash, that's only for a loan.
Correct.
Because if it's a cash purchase and they do for some reason get an appraisal, there's no law, unless it's in writing in the contract, that says the seller ahead of time agrees if the appraisal comes in less, will automatically reduce the price. That's not normally what's in the purchase agreement.
No,
The purchase agreement doesn't say anything about the seller has to reduce the price.
Right, and then that also prevents people from gaming the system, because of course, if the purchase agreement said, hey, we'll reduce it to whatever the appraised value is, well, I'm sure we can all find an appraiser who will appraise our property lower than market value.
Appraisal is a big deal here in Vegas.
It is.
It's not a government stamp of value.
No.
It's an opinion of value. 10 appraisers will all come up with 10 different values.
And I have properties that have had multiple appraisals done, and they're all qualified appraisers, and they all do a fantastic job. And on the same property, within a couple of weeks, I've had 2 or 3 appraisals come in at completely different values, with a really broad range percentage-wise on the property. So that's not unusual.
Do you think that in a rising market, when we have problems with appraisals, that hurts non-cash buyers? It hurts somebody getting a loan that doesn't have a ton of money, that's trying to leverage the whole thing, meaning they're trying to just put down 3.5% or 0% on a VA loan, and then they're trying to finance the rest.
Right. So that is a huge problem. Yes, I agree. I mean, we have FHA buyers that will agree to purchase a property for 170 something. The property appraises for maybe 150, and then we come to terms for maybe like 165 or something like that, where the bank will finance the FHA loan at 150, but then the buyer has to come up with that $10,000, $15,000 difference out of pocket, or get help from family members or whomever in order to make the deal happen. Buying a home is a very emotional thing, and you'd be surprised how people manage to find the money to make it happen. And again, we're talking about a market where we have more buyers than we have inventory, so their choices are diminished as far as being able to really negotiate a price down to appraised value.
Okay, good. what advice would you give to a purchaser who's getting a loan, trying to buy a house in Las Vegas or in a market like Las Vegas? What would you tell them, like up front, like the very beginning?
Okay, so if I was representing a buyer in a market, in the Las Vegas market or an appreciating market like Las Vegas, I would kind of turn things around a little bit.
Okay.
What buyers generally do is the first thing they do is a home inspection, and then they do an appraisal. Now, if the property is not going to appraise and you're not going to be able to work it out, then you just spent $400 on a home inspection that you can't use, and you spend another $450 on appraisal. That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So if I was representing a buyer, the first thing I would do is I would get that appraisal ordered. Let's get that value nailed down. If we can come to terms on that value, then we can deal with the home inspection to satisfy the buyer that yes, they truly want to move forward with this house.
Okay.
Look,
So you're saying put the loan contingency stuff, get it out of the way as
Yes.
fast as possible, then deal with the house contingency
Right.
stuff. So just to save money, because you could
Absolutely.
spend $1,000 on the house,
Yes.
doing all your due diligence, and then
Yes.
find out you don't have enough money. You don't have the money out of pocket to pay for it.
You don't have the money out of pocket, or you're simply not willing. Like I said, if you're buying a house for $200,000 and appraises for $160,000, no matter how much you love the house, and even if you have the cash to meet the difference, you may not want to at that point.
Right.
So then why waste the money on the home inspection up front? That doesn't make sense. Deal with the issues that are going to be most pressing and that are going to kill the deal.
Right.
Not only that, but remember that a home inspection is for the buyer's benefit. It is not a seller honey-do list.
Right.
Most sellers will not make any repairs off a home inspection. They will consider repairs that are an appraisal condition, but they will not generally make repairs off the home inspection.
And that's probably a whole nother video.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So anyway, I thought I would let Oana share her experience, because you have a ton of listings,
Right.
like over 50.
Yes.
And most of them are probably, you run into this where the appraisal comes in and it doesn't meet. Now you have to negotiate
Yep.
something between the seller and everything
Yep.
and make it all work.
We do.
So you have a very keen, practical eye for what's actually happening.
Daily.
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 Okay. Awesome. So I thought I would share that with you. That's my update for today, and hope to see you on another video. Thanks.